Hello, and we are live today. Now, I'm happy to be here today. I think it's more of a gratitude post today. Why I'm happy is because I'm learning myself. I'm advancing into a person of, more intentional choices I make each day. I'm trying always to realize spaces and spots where I could improve. I'm looking at things that I didn't do before, like um, to help me in my journey as a digital business owner who is, gathering all the wealth of knowledge that I need. I'm going to have a team of people that I'm helping. And in all of that, if it means I can get ahead in terms of just educating myself better, knowing better, then so be it. So that's what I'm exactly doing today. I'm not going to wait for me to be perfect. I'm not going to wait for me to, to say I know it all. In whatever I know now, it's enough to equip me for the journey ahead. I'm excited, I'm growing, and there's only room for more growth. So I've had my the first today I've had a couple of trips to and from. I think as I was driving to work, I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, like this is me now. I listen to my podcast as I'm driving so that I can keep gifting myself everything that I need to know, things that I got to keep repeating to myself so that it sticks. I was listening today to a podcast, I think it's a Mel's podcast, and she's talking about um, uh, just an interesting subject today about habits, about how our daily habits form us to be, our daily habits with the way they form us to get the results you're seeing today. And you know what stuck out? Because she was talking to the guy who wrote the book Atomic Habits. And I think Clear is his last name. That's what I remember. But in that today, I'm like, oh my goodness. He's like, the way your bank balance is sitting today is a reflection of your, maybe a few months or a year ago's habits. And what that basically means is whatever you're reflecting now in terms of the person you are right now, or whatever you have in going on with your finances, that's all basically things that were already set. It's things that you had been doing day to day, pretty much living every day, your spending habits, your way you pay stuff and the way you use money. So it all reflects because they're habits. They were things that you're doing automatically because you're used to them. If you had certain direct debits that already come out every other time, you see that it's actually things you always do. Sometimes you don't even think about it because you're like, well, it's just my payment for my phone, or it's a payment for my internet, or it's a payment for my games. Whatever you spend, it's exactly what is reflecting in your account. So if it's not looking quite healthy, it just means you've got spending habits that, probably have maybe good and bad habits in there. So you could benefit from also looking at your habits and adjust where it needs changing. If you're thinking you want to build a person who's more aligned to doing things right in a certain way, which is particular to the person you're building or trying to become, then your habits should match the same person. Don't live each day as though it's just a day. Like I just go by anyhow, and not when you're more try be more intentional. Try think of it as if there's things you were doing before that you didn't like, make sure you change it. If there are things that you were trying to achieve that were not there before, do just that, because your attention and your detail will matter in the end. Whatever you do today and you're putting in, you will reap one day. Whatever you are investing in right now or putting into yourself, it will come out. So I'm feeding myself now so that later when I look back at my bank balance, or at that time, I will see the results of my consistency and my efforts into my digital business. So, if that's also you and you're wondering, how do I change things? Maybe that's a topic for another day. We can always share as to, how we can change or encourage each other's habits to stay the ones you want to stay, and which ones don't sort of work for you anymore. Maybe it's time to put them into the pit, and learn or relearn, and new phases, new seasons which come in life, go according to that, because it might be just what you need. A new season, a new turnover leaf, and be the person you want to become, because you can only determine and decide where that path goes. We all have that blessing of, having the free will to choose what you want to do. No one tells you what you do. No one decides for you how you actually can run your own life. You just gotta choose, in whatever way you choose. I'm always saying, let's all learn to choose wisely. Let's choose love over hate. Let's choose learning more and becoming better educated in terms of things we know, systems we have in place, structures we want, and build ourselves around sort of those sort of surroundings where you can always have more room to grow yourself and keep learning. We never stop learning as long as you and I are here. We keep learning, we keep growing, and I'm excited because this wasn't me not 6 months ago. I wouldn't have come and done this sort of live. I wouldn't have talked to anyone thinking, well, who can possibly listen? But there's always space and room for everyone, room to grow, a room to advance, and room to become. So I'll leave you with that tonight. And I'm going to hit the hay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys, in the next one. Thank you. See ya.